To begin, it's a good idea to actually write down the definition of the derivative. So we're looking at the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. And what we're looking for are those two pieces to our formula. So f of x in this case is going to be the square root of x, which will just be the square root of x. F of x plus h is going to be that square root, but now with the quantity x plus h inside. So the square root of x plus h. Now that we have our two pieces, we can plug them into our formula and find our derivative. So in the numerator, f of x plus h is going to be replaced by the square root of x plus h. And then we're going to subtract from that f of x, which we're replacing with the square root of x. And this is all going to be over h. Now it's important that we plug everything in parentheses or brackets so that we don't forget to distribute that negative all the way through. So in our numerator, that's going to leave us with the square root of x plus h minus the square root of x, and we'll have h in the denominator. Now, to clean this up, we need to use a little bit of a trick. We're going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of that numerator. So we're multiplying both by the square root of x plus h plus the square root of x. This is going to give us the limit as h approaches 0. Our numerator, when we multiply that out, is going to be x plus h minus x. And our denominator is going to be h times the quantity, the square root of x plus h, plus the square root of x. This is going to allow us to cancel out the x's in our numerator. And now, in our numerator, we're only going to have an h, and we have an h in the denominator, which is being multiplied. So we can divide those out as well and say h over h is equal to 1. And so this is going to give us our final simplification, which is the limit as h approaches 0 of 1 over the square root of x plus h plus the square root of x. From here, we can directly substitute in 0 to take care of our limit, and we'll end up with 1 over the square root of x plus 0 plus the square root of x. That's going to be the equivalent of 1 over the square root of x plus the square root of x, and if we combine those two roots in our denominator, we get our final answer, which is our derivative is equal to 1 over 2 times the square root of x.